Will petrol prices double by next week? Iran-Israel war and the global oil crisis explained. Welcome to Global Pressure Point, the channel where we analyze global conflicts, economic shocks, and the events shaping our world. Today we are discussing a question that millions of people are asking right now. Will petrol prices double by next week because of the war? Fuel prices affect almost every aspect of our lives, from transportation and food prices to electricity and global trade. And whenever tensions rise in the Middle East, the world's energy markets react almost immediately. To understand what might happen next, we need to examine how global oil markets work and why the Iran-Israel conflict matters. The Middle East plays a critical role in the global energy system. Several of the world's largest oil-producing countries are located in this region. Every day, millions of barrels of crude oil leave the Gulf and travel to markets across Asia, Europe, and North America. Because so much of the world's oil comes from this region, any military conflict there can cause immediate panic in energy markets. Oil traders, investors, and governments constantly monitor events in the Middle East. Even rumors of war can cause oil prices to rise. But when an actual conflict begins, the reaction becomes much stronger. That is exactly what has happened during the recent escalation. One of the most important reasons this conflict affects petrol prices is a narrow waterway known as the Strait of Hormuz. This small passage connects the Persian Gulf to the Arabian Sea. Although narrow, it carries an enormous amount of the world's energy supply. Roughly 1/5 of global oil shipments pass through this strait every day. It is often described as the most important oil choke point. If shipping in this area becomes dangerous or blocked, the global oil supply could be severely disrupted, causing prices to rise. The current tensions between Iran and Israel did not appear overnight. The rivalry between these two countries has existed for decades. However, recent military actions have dramatically increased the risk of a wider conflict, pushing the region into a dangerous period. International shipping companies have also become more cautious. Insurance costs for oil tankers have increased due to the risks. Oil prices are extremely sensitive to geopolitical events. Unlike other commodities, oil is essential for almost every industry. When a war begins near major oil-producing regions, investors fear that production facilities or pipelines could be damaged. As a result, they start buying oil contracts at higher prices, which pushes global oil benchmarks upward almost instantly. Now we come to the central question. Could petrol prices actually double within a single week? Most energy analysts say that such a dramatic increase is unlikely in the short term. Thanks to global stabilization mechanisms, many countries maintain strategic petroleum reserves. These reserves can be released during emergencies to prevent severe shortages. In addition, other oil-producing regions outside the Middle East can increase production if necessary, helping to balance the market. However, there are scenarios that could trigger a dramatic spike. The first would be the complete closure of the Strait of Hormuz. The second scenario would be large-scale attacks on major oil facilities in the Gulf, destroying critical production infrastructure. Transportation costs rise, airlines pay more for fuel, and shipping companies increase charges. Eventually, these costs reach the consumer. Developing countries that rely heavily on imported oil are often hit the hardest by these global price increases. Experts are watching diplomatic efforts to reduce tensions. The future of prices depends on how the conflict develops. Based on current evidence, most experts believe a doubling of prices next week is unlikely, but the situation remains unpredictable. Thank you for watching Global Pressure Point. Like, share, and subscribe for more analysis on global conflicts and energy markets.